with the gold trim along the shorts and the maroon and gold numbers as well. Hawks the home white with the crimson numbers, crimson and gray trim along the shorts. It's Aiken to try and go left. David Lowry to try and go right. As Gary Persino tosses the ball up in the air, and the tap won by Aiken yet again. And the Hawks will start with the basketball.
He's only lost the tap once all season. It was at Villanova.
And it looks like a little matchup zone, Joe, coming out of this for Iona. And maybe even a little bit of triangle and two, and looking at it.
They played triangle and two last year in the game up at New Rochelle.
Jones, a left corner three, is off the left side of the rim, and the rebound knocked around and into the arms of Lowry, who wants to run for Iona. Has the ball stripped away from behind Tay Jones. Aiken comes away with it, and this is the pace we're going to play. Going to be very quick all night. 35 seconds in, no score. Again, fifth meeting between these two teams. Hawks lead the all-time series 3-1, though they lost a year ago in New Rochelle. 104-99 in double overtime. And a track meet type of pace, what we expect tonight. 14 on the shot clock for St. Joseph's. Galloway veers off his man with an arm and knocks over Momo Jones. And it's an offensive foul early on Langston Galloway. The same type of push-off with the arm that we saw from Chris Wilson with that left arm, although this one a little bit lighter. There was more contact on Chris's on Saturday against Fairfield.
Matt, we had a pretty good look at that on replay, and that was a complete flop by Momo Jones. You hate to see a guy like Langston pick up a cheapie that way, that early.
Yeah, a minute and 2 seconds gone by. It's the first foul for either team, and it's Iona possession. Hawks start man-to-man. In the corner it comes. A.J. English ejects a three and knocks it down. English playing better basketball as of late. That's his 16th three-point field goal of the year. 3-0 in favor of Iona. A minute 19 in. Galloway behind his back throws a lob to Roberts. That's deflected out of bounds. And they will say it was touched last by St. Joseph's.
How is that?
And it looked clear that David Lowry had knocked it out of bounds for Iona, but Roger Ayers, as we look on our video feed, Roger Ayers saying that no, sir, it was touched last by the Hawks. So like Iona gets the basketball.
Yeah, we just saw it, and it did hit Ron Roberts.
A.J. English, deep three this time from outside the top of the key. It hits the heel of the rim. Roberts down with the board. Wilson up to Tay Jones. Hawks come in averaging 65.7 points a game, which is 13th in the Atlantic 10. Could use a boost as far as scoring goes tonight, that's for sure. Left of the lane, Roberts draws a double team, leaves off Aiken, left wing. Around the perimeter it comes. Right perimeter, Wilson puts it on the deck in the lane. Lefty floater is good.
That's the Chris Wilson from 6 weeks ago. Aggressive off the dribble, and then a soft touch with the left-handed runner.
Momo Jones, deep three this possession, hits the heel of the rim. Lowry the rebound, layup is good on the left-hand side, plus the foul.
Just the third game for David Lowry the third. He one of, well, is there anybody on this Iona team that hasn't transferred from somewhere? It's his third game eligible, and he's averaging a double-double in those two outings against LaSalle and Norfolk State.
Ronald Roberts charged with the personal. First free throw for Lowry to complete the three-point play, and it's good. 6-2 in favor of Iona, and now we see the 2-2-1 zone pressure. They go full court. And the Hawks able to break with Galloway, who makes the catch. Backcourt middle and comes over the timeline.
A break, yes, but not an attack off the break when the Hawks had numbers. Allows Iona to settle back and play what amounts to a pretty strong man-to-man for the Gaels. This is not a team, to be really honest, Matt, that makes defense a very high priority.
They give up almost 76 points a game. Galloway, an open look. Left corner three is off the left side of the rim. High for the board is Sledge, and last touch by Aiken out of bounds. So over it goes once again to Iona as the Gaels, a season ago, 25-8, 15-3 in the MAC, which was good enough for first and the regular season title, though they were beaten in the semifinals by Fairfield, who the Hawks just saw on Saturday. Here come the Gaels into the front court, left to right. Armand, a quick trigger from the right wing and buries it from out near NBA range.
That's a guarded three from about 24 feet. Hawks have not had a lot of luck with guarded threes from MAC teams lately.
Derek Needham making one that ended up being the difference in the Saturday loss to Fairfield. Jones going right of the lane, swoops by Momo Jones and gets a right-hand layup. 9-4 in favor of Iona. Armand, left corner three. The front to back, no good, but there to clean the glass is David Lowry. 5 early points for Lowry. It's 11-4 in favor of Iona.
It was the Hawks, Matt, who jumped out on top of the Gaels in New Rochelle last year. Up 13 in the first half, only to fall late and lose in double overtime.
Yeah, that was back when Iona had MAC Player of the Year, Scott Machado. who had 33 points and ended up in an NBA camp this past season.
And he wasn't even the high scorer in the game.
10 to shoot for Tay Jones, and tries a three, knocks it down.
I think Glover had 34, in that game.
Yep.
The center, 34 points, 15 rebounds.
11-7 now in favor of Iona. Lowry trying to spin in the lane and lost the basketball out of bounds. It goes over to St. Joseph's, and that will be when we come back. 15 minutes, 59 seconds to go here in this opening. Brought to you by Rothman Institute. For all your orthopedic needs, think Rothman first. Well, last game it was Ronald Roberts. What have you for us this time, Joe Lenardi?
I think this is about pace and energy, and I look particularly at guys like Tay Jones and Roberts, Matt, who've been hobbled of late with various leg injuries. Hawks don't have a lot of depth right now. Isaiah Miles, the latest to go down with a bum ankle, so they're going to need monster minutes from their top guys, and Roberts and Tay, two of the more athletic, speedy guys when the Hawks get in transition, and the Hawks are going to need their energy.
And, of course, Halil Kanisevic serving game number 2, the final game of his suspension, as Roberts turns into the lane. A right-hand hook is good. 11-9 in favor of Iona. The Gales come quickly into the front court in those maroon jerseys. Trying to go over Lowry with a shot Lowry trying to go over Aiken with a shot, and the ball ends up kicked out off of the block, and a three-pointer going down for A.J. English. Second one of the game for English. 6 of the 14 points for Iona have come from the freshman. 14-9 in favor of the Gales.
And 9 of their 14 from the three-point line. They're 73rd in the nation, a pretty healthy 36.5% from beyond the arc.
Aiken trying to go into the lane and has the ball stripped away, but there's a reason for that. English all over his arm trying to break through the Iona pressure.
And, Matt, I think when you play a team like this, a chuck and duck kind of team, you almost can't defend some of the three-pointers they're going to take. That's why you have to make sure and limit the second chances and rebound their misses so they don't get junk around the basket after you've played pretty good defense.
5:05 passed here in the opening half, 14-9. Hawks get the ball to Galloway, a left wing three, spins around and out. Rebound down and into the arms of Iona. English getting it caught behind his back. Crowd wants a walk, and it's warranted. Deep three-point try. Armand is off the left side of the rim. Wilson down with the board. Here comes St. Joseph's. Transition, layup, score it, plus the foul for Chris Wilson.
It's there every time off the defensive backboard. If SJU looks to push, either via outlet or the dribble, that time we see Chris Wilson going end-to-end, gets the bump, gets the roll. He goes to the line with a chance to bring the Hawks within 2.
Well, previous foul that ended up going on Aiken's shoulder was on Momo Jones. This one ends up going on English. So A.J. English, Momo Jones, each with a personal. And both teams, 2 team fouls as Wilson bricks the three-point attempt, the three-point play attempt, I should say. And it goes out of bounds and over to Iona. 14:38 to go.
You sure don't want this game to come down to foul shooting, Matt. The Hawks at 65.6%. That's a not great 262nd in the country. Their opponent tonight, the Gales, are 4th in the nation, 79.3%.
Lowry trying a mid-post hook that's in and out. Rebound knocked around. Sledge goes to the glass, nearly knocks it in. Again a scrum in the lane. English down with it and fouled. They will say Ronald Roberts, and if it is, and it is, that is Ronald's second personal at this point.
So a choice for Phil Martelli. He makes it at least for now with Papa now entering the game, and the Gales, who essentially start Lowry and 4 guards. 4 guys who will shoot it from anywhere. But Lowry, a handful, already picking up 2 early ones on Ronald.
English making the first free throw, and now we'll have another. Papa now in, as Joe said. Roberts sits down, seated in between Javon Bauman and Darius Quarles, who we might see tonight. Of course, the Hawk bench, as Joe mentioned, a little bit thinner than normal with Isaiah Miles suffering the sprained ankle. Both free throws down for A.J. English, and 16-11 in favor of the IonaGaels. Wilson trapped out near the midline, gets through it and up to Galloway, who was double-teamed. Leaves Aiken, one-hand flush right on top of David Lowry, plus the foul. Little facial that time around. C.J. Aiken saying, well, your 3rd game in D1. Welcome to Hagan Arena.
The play begins three-quarter court where Langston Galloway forces his way through the double-team. And after that, it was just a question of would he see C.J. flashing along the baseline. Galloway did, and it was an easy flush for number 1, C.J. Aiken.
Aiken trying to complete the three-point play, and does. The personal, in fact, actually ended up going on Sean Armand. 16-14 now in favor of Iona. Man-to-man, go the Hawks, right into the lane, it's Lowry, clutching high in that 6'8", 240-pound frame. Momo Jones from the right corner, trying to go to the lane, cut up in the air, and three-point attempt for English, no good, but Lowry there to knock the rebound in. David Lowry going high and getting a bucket. Give him 7 points. 18-14 Iona. 13:38 to go here in the opening half. And again, Gaels stay with a little triangle with 2 as Sledge runs the baseline after Tay Jones, who's open for a sec in the short left corner, but Armand steps up to pick him up. Dangerous pass. Aiken tries to save. It goes over the timeline, an over and back violation. And a turnover for St. Joseph's. And that's another thing, that despite Iona not playing a ton of D, they do force turnovers with that frenetic pace on defense. And there has been no opponent this season that's had less than 12 against the Gaels.
I don't think it's an epidemic. It wasn't an epidemic in the game last year. The Hawks had 18, but that was, of course, a 50-minute contest due to the 2 overtimes.
18-14, Gaels by 4. And in that game a year ago, Tay Jones played all 50 minutes. Sean Armand in between the rings for Iona as the ball reverses to the left block, trying to turn in. Layup try, no good for Lowry, but he is fouled by Papineau.
And the Gaels are just going to go right at whoever is left to defend in the front court. In this a case where the Hawks really do miss Halil Kanasevic and his girth. Being able to body up a guy like Lowry, who's really having his way in the low post.
David Lowry to the free throw line. Assignment of Aiken and Ronald Roberts this evening, and misses the first free throw. Came in at 75% in those 2 games, 41 points, and 16 of 23 from the field, a field goal percentage of almost 70%. Second free throw attempt, no bend for Lowry. It's just a flick of the right wrist, and it's good.
He's only 3 of 7, though, in this game, and I don't know what's the bigger surprise, the 3 or the 7. That's a lot of attempts through, we've not even played 8 minutes. Just 7:05 into this contest. Iona leading 19-14. Still pretty early.
And again, sticking with that triangle and 2. Hawks reverse to the left corner with Wilson. Top of the key, it's Aiken, who's met up there by A.J. English. Right wing, right perimeter, Tay Jones. Shovels Galloway, triggers a 3. Right side of the rim. Aiken flies in for the board, goes up, layup right in the middle of the post is good.
And a steal. Galloway to the rim and scores with a foul.
So count it for Langston Galloway. Look down 1 second. Galloway with the bucket, and now 19-18, and a chance to tie for the St. Joseph's Junior.
Iona a little mixed up on the inbounds play after the Aiken putback. Momo Jones runs away from the inbounder, and Galloway goes toward him and makes the pretty steal and layup.
And Langston Galloway now to the free throw line and converts. Came in with 1,076 career points. Give him now 1,079. He has 3 tonight, 19 apiece. We're knotted up. And now SJU extended man outside of the perimeter. And they will double on Sledge for a sec. He swings the ball to the corner. 3-point try is off the left side of the rim, and the rebound coming down to Langston Galloway. That was A.J. English on the attempt. Galloway front court, right of the lane, loses the ball. Recovers to Wilson. One hand whip to the left corner. Now a driving Jones. Jump pass to Galloway. No look. Layup is good for Langston.
First lead of the night for St. Joseph's. They've scored 7 in a row.
21-19. Momo Jones forces a shot, a leaner that goes in. It hit the back and then the front and fell for Momo Jones, the former Arizona transfer. 21 apiece. 11:38 to go. Tay Jones tries a 3 at this end, gets hit on the arm, and it goes down. Jones on Jones, and that time the Hawks Jones winning the matchup. 24-21. This time Momo Jones slicing through the lane, right of the lane for Iona, attacking right and scores. Back and forth we go. 24-23. St. Joseph's. Wilson drives this end, tries a left-hand layup on the right side, missed it, and nobody there to crash for the Hawks. An ill-advised decision for Chris Wilson. David Lowry the rebound for Iona. Quick trigger, Armand off the feeds from Sledge. Rattles home a deep 2 in the left corner. 5 for Sean Armand. Iona reclaims the lead, 25-24.
A lot of junk being played out there, mostly by Iona. They go 1-3-1 here with their zone. And the Hawks use the opportunity to catch their breath. Gales regain the lead, 25-24.
Tay Jones with a fadeaway jumper in the middle of the lane. It was a step-back Jay, and the rebound down to Tavon Sledge. Leaves it for Armand, driving across the lane, trying to cookie-cut that, and the pass deflected out of bounds, looking for English. It will stay with Iona when we come back. So far, we've played almost half of the first half, 10:39 up on the scoreboard. And get the free iRadio Philly app for your smartphone, and don't miss a minute of this great season. The iRadio Philly app, where you can hear every St. Joseph's men's basketball game. Deep three-point try for Iona as we are back here at Hagan Arena from the left wing. It was Armand to take it and missed it off the right side of the rim. Hawks the rebound, and C.J. Aiken trying to get it up ahead. Turned over, Sledge into the lane and leaving Momo Jones, who gets a right-hand layup. It's good. Hawks
are going to need more solid decision-making from all of their guys, but Aiken with that turnover at midcourt just triggered a jailbreak for the Gales.
27-24 in favor of Iona. 10:06 to go here in this opening half. Glad you could spend your Friday night with us. Joe Lenardi to my right, Matt Martucci with you. Our engineer, producer, Mike Angelina back at our flagship. It's St. Joseph's possession. 12 seconds to shoot for the Hawks. Chris Wilson high on the right wing as Iona stays in the extended zone. Deep three for Galloway and bangs it home over top of Tavon Sledge.
Here's a steal.
And another quick turnover. It's Jones on the left wing, leaving for Wilson, who stops in the lane and is called for steps. So a turnover for St. Joseph's, which at this point is the Hawks' fifth. Hawk fans, a reminder, Amtrak for traveling. When you travel, think Amtrak. Amtrak offers you a pace that works best for you. Amtrak, recline your seat and enjoy the journey. Substitution for Iona. David Lowry sits down, and for the Hawks, Darius Quarles up and in for Chris Wilson, who sits next to Ronald Roberts with those two personal fouls.
Darius just 1 minute, Matt, in the last 3 games for SJU, but he figured to be needed tonight, and he's got to deliver now.
27-24, Iona by 3. See what Quarles can give on offense. Deep three-point try for Iona at this end, and English knocks it down. 11 for A.J. English, who, as we said, playing much better basketball, had played in 9 games, but 57 of the 60 points he had scored coming in were over the last 5 contests. So playing much better for the young freshman. 30-27 Iona now after that one. 9:16 to go here in the opening half. Galloway over the timeline, out there with Jones, Quarles, Aiken, and Papa now. Hawks forced to use their bench tonight with Halil Kenesevic suspended and Isaiah Miles out with that sprained ankle he suffered yesterday in practice. 16 to shoot for SJU. Right perimeter, it's Quarles. Jabs with the right foot, leaves off to Langston Galloway. Driving, right elbow pull is off the right side of the rim. Now a big board and fouled by Armand, who's trying to box him out, but knocked him backwards.
As I look at this game, Matt, you would say, oh, the three-point shooting of the Gales is what's hurting the Hawks, and they are 4 of 11 from beyond the arc, but it's not rebounding the misses that's killing SJU, and the reason why they fell behind early. The second chance points are 12-2, the rebounding 13-7, and you wouldn't expect that against a team that really doesn't crash its offensive glass.
And actually come in at -1 as far as rebounds go, do the Gales. Grab about 35.5 of them total a game, but very weak as far as presence on the offensive glass.
I mean, they're looking to shoot, not rebound.
Quarles, three-point try, gets a look and hits from the right wing. Much needed from DQ as we're tied once again, 30 apiece.
Just his second basket of the year, if you can believe that, but a timely one.
And both have been threes. We're tied at 30. Iona possession. Inside the left wing, trying to go to the lane. Taj Ridley, who just recently checked in. Backs it out to Momo Jones. Out there with A.J. English, Tavon Sledge, David Lowry, and then in the corner, Ridley. Jones trying to split a double. Leaves Sledge, pull up from the right elbow, bottoms. First 2 for the Iowa State transfer, Tavon Sledge. And it's 32-30, back in Iona's favor. Feel like we're going to go back and forth a lot tonight in this one.
I don't know what a guy named Tavon is supposed to look like, Matt, a Tavon Sledge, but this one looks just like his name.
Trying a jumper is Galloway on the left elbow. It's off the mark.
And he is a jet with the basketball.
Yep, Sledge like a sledgehammer. He gets off the floor pretty well for 5'9", too.
Yeah, not Sister Sledge, I'll tell you that.
High on the top of the key, Jones tries a deep 18-footer and knocks down for Iona.
That's a 2.
Momo Jones, who once this year scored 40 points in a game, in a loss to Quinnipiac down in the Virgin Islands. 34-30 in favor of Iona. Tay Jones this end, deep left wing three is off the back of the iron. Iona the rebound with a 4-point lead and 7:13 to go. Opening half. Tavon Sledge, two-hand chest pass, driving Momo Jones into the lane. Layup try, got it on the rim but missed. Lowry there though to Windex the glass. He gets the layup.
And that's where the Hawks are losing the game, Matt. Not their initial defense, but the inability to keep guys like Lowry off the glass.
36-30 and two double-figure scorers already for Iona. Lowry with 10 and English 11. 22 to shoot for St. Joseph's as they attack left basket. Galloway swings to Jones. Quickly whips into the left corner. Papa now one dribble and hits Jones, middle of the lane. Tries a layup, draws the contact, forces the issue and gets a foul on Lowry, which will be his first. 6:37 to go. And Tay Jones will be on the free throw line when we come back after the 5 for the Hawks. And the offensive glass, once again, has been a problem. And for the Hawks, obviously, it's the defensive side of that glass.
It was a problem in the second half against Fairfield 6 days ago. And with Aiken and Papa now, actually Aiken and Quarles manning the front court spots in this alignment, they've got to play bigger and thicker than they are. It's that simple. They can't allow this many second chance points for Iona. You know they're going to get first chance points the way they play. You can't give them cheapies after they miss.
Jones making both free throws out of the timeout. Hawks down by 4. Three-point try missed by A.J. English. David Lowry the rebound, though, and fouled in the lane.
Darius Quarles just grabbed his jersey from behind after the miss, and the Hawks being manhandled on the glass here. Lowry, are they calling this a... No, they're calling it a shooting foul incorrectly in my view. The fans don't like it, but Lowry grabbed the board and was going up, and, you know, if that was football, it would have been the old horse collar play.
David Lowry at the free throw line as Quarles guilty of his first. And knocks down the first. 11 points and 8 rebounds now for David Lowry. And the horse collar's illegal.
Yeah, the Hawks essentially playing the bulk of this half without their best available rebounder, Ronald Roberts, and Iona taking advantage. They were taking advantage when Roberts was in the game, but now a situation where the Hawks have to stay within striking distance.
Jones the lob to C.J. Aiken, who throws it down with 2 hands. Go here in the opening half. Deep three-point try this end on the Iona possession for Momo Jones. It's off the right side of the rim. Tay Jones the rebound for St. Joseph's. Out ahead to a faking Galloway on the baseline. Backs it out Aiken. Top of the key. Quarles 3. The front, the back, no good. Good look for Darius, but the rebound down to David Lowry. And here comes Iona. Into the front court come the Gaels with Momo Jones. Also out there Deshaun Gomez, who has the ball, just recently checked in. And then David Lowry, Taj Ridley, and A.J. English round out the 5. Man-to-man for SJU. Galloway is matched up with Gomez. A double on Lowry, who gets the ball at the right elbow. Swings back Gomez. 10 seconds to shoot. Deshaun Gomez, the transfer from Antelope Valley Community College. Trying to bounce to English. Shot clock at 5. Quarles with good man-to-man D. Momo Jones, pull-up try. Tay Jones a strip and gets the ball down. Hawks force a turnover. Jones into the front court. Right-hand layup. Score it, plus the foul.
You got to take it right at a guy like Momo Jones, Matt. Tay smart enough to do it. I mean, let's be honest. Both of those guys are shoot first, ask questions later players. And they are really putting on a show end to end.
And as a result, Jones at the free throw line to try and complete a 3-point play. That's the 7th team foul for Iona. And Deshaun Gomez's time is short-lived in the game. He takes a seat on the Gaels bench. Free throw for Jones.
They have a Deshaun Gomez and a Sean Jackson, but not a Deshaun Jackson. Those guys play on Sundays.
38-37. Well, only one more week. Jones making the free throw, completing the 3-point play. 5:03 to go here in the opening half.
And the Hawks show zone for the first time. It's a 1-3-1. Darius Quarles out top. Tay Jones running the baseline. And Iona looks temporarily stymied, if you can believe it.
12 to shoot for the Gaels. Momo Jones trying to weave through it. To the right wing to Trey Bowman, the Penn State transfer. Left wing, 3-point try. A.J. English is off the mark. Ridley knocking C.J. Aiken off the rebound and a foul on Iona. 1-1 coming for C.J. Aiken. And 4:42 to go here in the opening half. And the Hawks once again as we seesaw back and forth with a chance to push the ledger to their side.
The Hawks with 7 of the last 9 points and a chance to get 2 more
on the line.
If Aiken can cash this 1-and-1 opportunity.
St. Joseph's. Number 1.
Well, say what you will, Matt. It's a fun game to watch, and you have to do almost all of the talking.
I was just going to say, people out there are probably wondering why you haven't talked as much tonight. First one for Aiken. Good right-hand stroke is up and true. He was 6 of 6 in the win over the loss, I should say, to Fairfield.
Well, the great Father Rashford, president of St. Joseph's for 17 years, always said, Lenardi, you're not getting paid by the word. So let's hope that's not the case tonight.
You would be a rich man. Second free throw goes down for Aiken, 39-38. And the Hawks have reclaimed the lead. And now 8 points and 3 rebounds for C.J. Aiken, who gets a mini first-half curtain call here. And Papa now back in. Quarles now, Wilson, Galloway, Jones. For SJU and the IonaGaels coming over the midline with Momo Jones, Taj Ridley, Sean Armand, Trey Bowman, the Penn State transfer, and Tavon Sledge, who has the ball right corner.
And Papa now, Matt, who's done everything this year from the 2 spot to the 5, is now in the 5 and commits a foul on Ridley, who got an offensive rebound. Ridley, the only power player on the floor for Iona. He's not quite as big and imposing as David Lowry.
What happened, Momo Jones was driving right side of the lane, tried a floater that ended up off the right side of the rim. Rebound for Ridley, and then fouled by Papa now, who, if you're being fair, probably fouled Momo Jones the first time around.
I'll give you that.
So that's the second personal on now. Taj Ridley to the free throw line. And the first one in and out for Ridley, who's 6'7" and 215 pounds, a senior out of the Bronx, New York. 6-point-a-game average off the bench for Ridley, who's one of only 4 players on this Iona roster that actually played in the St. Joseph's game a year ago. Second one for Ridley, right-hand stroke, back rims. Quarles the rebound in the middle of the lane and was fouled, but no call as Ridley tried to swipe it out of his hands. And Wilson down with it for SJU. Galloway surveys the left perimeter, plays catch with Quarles, is at the top of the key. Galloway now floats down. Papa now fakes a pass, fakes a 3, looks for a dribble handoff. Galloway not there. Instead chests it to him, top of the key. Off to Wilson, jabs one way, leaves at the baseline, corner 3 now. Back of the rim, Galloway though, fresh rebound. And a fresh shot clock. Gets off to the right corner. Quarles and the Hawks with Tay Jones. The ball in his person will reset and a fresh 35 seconds. 3:42 to go opening half. 39-38 SJU with a 1-point lead. Wilson high on the left wing. Surveying this zone defense for Iona as Jones comes across the middle of the lane and tries to feed the ball out of bounds. It's deflected, looking for Jones, or looking for Papa now, I should say, and it will stay with the Hawks when we come back. 3 minutes, 32 seconds.
David Lowry checks in for Iona. C.J. Aiken for St. Joseph's.
Out of the under 4 timeout, 3:26 to go here in the opening half. It's St. Joseph's 39, Iona 38, and the Hawks the basketball in a thin shot clock. 3 to shoot for Tay Jones, who with an off-balance J misses. Aiken trying a follow over his shoulder that hit the heel of the rim, nearly got it to go, but Iona down with the board. Trey Bowman faking a 3 as the Gales get the ball to the corner down low. A cutting Tavon Sledge who misses the right hand reverse layup. Rebound Tay Jones into the front court, slicing and scoring a right hand layup. 41-38, the Hawks enjoy a large lead for this game. 41-38, a 3-point advantage. And a steal in the lane by Aiken. Jones getting the ball for St. Joseph's and fouled. It'll either be Trey Bowman or Tavon Sledge.
Hawks have been at their best offensively when they've gotten a defensive rebound and going to the quick outlet. Aiken the last 2 times able to find Tay Jones racing it up the floor. And it's a perfect game for Tay. Last year he played all 50 minutes, had 25 points, 8 of 16 from the floor. It was 9 of 10 from the line. And even chipped in 4 rebounds and 3 assists. He's headed in a similar direction tonight with 15 points after 17 minutes.
And more of the playground variety tonight here at Hagan Arena. Just running up and down the floor, up and down. And Jones misses the free throw, though, here.
He missed a big one late in regulation at Iona last year. It was his only miss from the line, and that allowed the Gales to take it into the first overtime.
Iona possession after the rebound. Deep three for Sean Armand. Hits it over Galloway. Can't do much about that. 8 points for Sean Armand. A couple of three-point field goals. We're tied at 41. 2:25 to go here in the opening half. Extended 2-3 for the Gales.
Again, they're going to take and make shots like that, Matt. You've just got to rebound the ones they miss.
Aiken in the deep corner. Backs it out to Tay Jones. Tries a hop step. Gets in the lane. Right-hand floater. Scores it.
Carl Jones.
17 now for Carl Tay Jones. 43-41. Three-point try. Sean Armand, right corner this time. Splash. They'll have to take care of the net. So it's Armand again, the second straight three-point field goal for the junior from Brooklyn, New York. And 44-43 it goes. Back over to Iona and the Hawks the basketball. And Iona as a team, that their fifth three-point field goal of the night.
I think this is behind. That's their sixth. They're 6 of 15.
And
Galloway fouled here. This will be a two-shot foul.
Iona foul number 23, Trey Bowman.
And the Hawks have given up 6 in a row, have a chance to once again get back even or pass the Gales at the line.
St. Joseph's.
That's the 10th team foul on Iona. And the first on Bowman.
Shooting 2.
Trey Bowman, York, PA, former Penn State player. Sends Galloway, who tonight has 8 points in what's been a good evening for the Hawk backcourt to start. Give him 9 as he makes the first.
Matt, they don't just have transfers. They have transfers who've been at multiple schools multiple times and multiple levels of schools. Prep, junior college, four-year college, east, west, south. I mean, they just need a globe and a dartboard, basically, in the recruiting office at Iona.
Galloway makes both free throws to make it 45-44 for St. Joseph's. Maybe they just like frequent flyer miles. I don't know what to tell you. Momo Jones high on the right wing for SJU, trapped by Wilson and Darius Quarles as the Hawks now at that 1-3-1. Wilson trying to run at the three-point shooter Armand, who knocks down another one. This time the right wing for Sean Armand, who has 14. And now 3 three-point field goals, make it 4 three-point field goals in this first half, 47-45 Iona.
And 3 in a row, each deeper than the one before, and all guarded.
Very impressive for a guy who averaged 28 a game in high school. 17 to shoot for St. Joseph's. Right corner at C.J. Aiken. Dangerous pass cross court. And it's out of Galloway's reach. A turnover for the Hawks.
I think Galloway,
just their 6th.
Yeah, Galloway thought it was a pass for Chris Wilson, and that heave from Aiken was right between the two guards. And Iona holding 2 at the 1:08 mark, 47-45. That's the first half score.
And of course, this is an Iona team. Averaged 81 points a game this season. They were in the 90s a year ago when these two teams met. Deep three for Sean Armand is off the right side of the rim. Rebound picked up by Wilson. Actually, Wilson got it off the transition. Got it from Galloway. Tries to feed Aiken. And CJ, the lob was out of his reach. Momo Jones down with the ball in contact from Tay Jones, who winces in pain. And it's a foul on Tay, which is the 7th team foul on SJU. And the first on Carl Tay Jones. It was just a lob that sailed out of C.J. Aiken's reach, trying to save behind his back, and there was contact between Tay Jones and Momo Jones.
And a lob that shouldn't have been attempted because the Hawks could have gone straight at the rim and been no worse than on the foul line for their trouble.
So Momo Jones to the free throw line.
The line for Iona is number 2.
Where he's at 89.9%.
Shooting a 1-1.
Excellent free throw shooter.
Excellent free throw shooting team, 4th in the nation.
And, of course, makes them tops in the MAC as well in that category.
Aha!
But this one, the front, the back, and no good. Joe Lenardi with the analyst jinx, and the rebound down to Langston Galloway. Hawks into the front court with Wilson, who called timeout. So 10-second differential between shot and game clock, 30 on the shot clock, 40.3 here in the opening half. And it's a 2-point Hawk deficit at 4.
Here with a chance to hold for nearly the last shot and maybe get it tied or even a lead into the locker room.
40.3 seconds to go. Iona, their story, 3 double-figure scorers tonight and 7 3-point field goals. Hawks have almost 3 double-figure scorers and 55% shooting and the basketball. Man-to-man now for Iona. Galloway, top of the key with 20 on the shot clock. Step back, 18-foot Jay grazes the front rim. And the rebound, Trey Bowman for Iona. Shot clock
Iona
off and a timeout for Tim Kloos.
Yeah, hard to believe that they'll hold for one shot, the Gales, but the situation's
already in double figures with 10. C.J. Aiken has 9. For Iona, Sean Armand's 14 points lead the Gales.
Of course, Dan Kelly and the players of the 70s and prior only had 3 varsity seasons.
Yep.
Kind of like when you look at Pete Maravich and all his points without the three-point shot or a 4th season.
As Jack Shore would describe it when the Big Five was still the Big Five. 15 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Man-to-man for SJU. Armand. About 35 feet straight away. 5 seconds. Comes around the screen. Left wing. 3 seconds. Leaves in the lane. Lowry. Layup try blocked. And no time left as the ball comes down.
They had 57 points for the game against Fairfield. In the outing before that, against Villanova, they had 61 for the game. We're already at 45, trailing 47-45. I think we'll see a little bit more of a half-court approach by the Hawks offensively if they look for Roberts in this second half.
Iona goes right to Lowry, an up fake on the left block. Tries to get it over Aiken, who swats it, and the ball ends up getting caught up in the bracket near the shot clock. And it's over to St. Joseph's, so David Lowry will probably think twice before he tries to do that again.
Pretty selfish play by Lowry, really. That early in the shot clock to throw up some junk like that. If I'm his teammates, and I know they throw up a lot of junk, I can't be too happy with that play.
Aiken, right corner, three-point try, good rotation, and knocks it down. So a defensive play at one end for C.J. Aiken, and then a 3 at the other. Hawks take the lead at 48-47, 38 seconds into this second half. Well, you mentioned that quick first shot. Scouting report on Iona. That's exactly what they say. Quick shots into the possession, and not necessarily always the smartest of shots. High on the left wing, a driving Mo Jones trying to get to the basket. Layup try is deflected, but a foul as Jones goes to the floor.
It's going to be Aiken or Galloway. I'm not sure which. It goes on Aiken. His first.
C.J. Aiken, his first.
Momo Jones going down the lane there. And you know,
Iona.
but to Iona's credit, Matt, like, they're not that concerned with whether or not it's a good shot, as long as it's a reasonably quick shot, and they take more of them than you do. For them, it's just math. We're going to get more shots more often, use the three-point line, and our arithmetic is going to be better than yours.
Jones missed the first. Well, a year ago in the double overtime game, they took 84 of them. 84 shots in 50 minutes as Jones makes 1 of 2. The former Arizona transfer converts this time around, and he has 9 points, although just 1 of 3 from the free throw line for a near 90% shooter. 48 apiece, we're tied. Man-to-man for Iona, and a lob to Aiken, catching under the basket from Wilson, but couldn't get the reverse layup to go. Got it too far under, and up the floor. Iona English contact with Chris Wilson and a traveling call. And Hawk fans, a reminder, Amtrak for traveling. When you travel, think Amtrak. They offer a pace that works best for you. Amtrak, recline your seat and enjoy the journey.
Wilson just a beat off on throwing these passes up by the rim. That time, Aiken was fortunate to catch it and get off an attempt.
Jones will get off an attempt here from the right corner. It's a 3 that's off the right side of the rim. Aiken, big board, and rises with the right hand, goes right over A.J. English for 2. C.J. Aiken in double figures now. And a driving shot at this end. Momo Jones with a bank shot on the right side of the lane. He's in double figures as well. 11 for Jones. And Aiken now after those 2 buckets with 14. Hawks bring it over the timeline, and Wilson fouled by Tavon Sledge of Iona.
Foul number 3, Tavon
So that's Sledge's second.
The Iona bench called for a trap there, but the guards were late getting to Chris Wilson's spot. And Wilson wisely initiating the contact while Sledge was running at him.
50 apiece. We're tied once again. And Tavon Sledge packs a little bit of a punch for 175 pounds as Galloway drives into the lane, slices in, and scores around Lowry. Iona quickly, other end of the floor. They get a quick layup, beating the Hawks down. Tavon Sledge off the touchdown pass from David Lowry.
Tay Jones got caught watching Galloway take it to the hole, and Sledge just outran him. And that's not easy.
52 apiece. We are tied now for, I believe, the 9th time. Chris Wilson high on the left wing, floats down low. Roberts operates on the left block, pushes off, moves into the lane, and skies right over Lowry. Score the bucket plus the foul.
And credit the trail official there, Gary Piscino, for not calling the flop when Armand went on his back. Not only was he in the restricted area, as we're seeing on our video feed, but that was falling to try and draw the foul. And our listeners know there's no play in basketball I hate more than that. Even if it's the Hawks, I just hate it.
Roberts missing the free throw. Iona the rebound at a deep three for Armand. This end, missed it. Lowry rebound try. His follow attempt, the back rim. Roberts corrals the board and nearly double dribbles, getting the ball out of the backcourt into the front court for Wilson. Floats cross court. Galloway tees a three, in and out. Rebound knocked around. Aiken chases and tries to go, and with the save, nearly went into the stands, but Iona comes up with it on the near sideline. Up the floor, English trying to get it to Armand, who can't corral it. Sloppy basketball for the Gaels, and it's a turnover for Iona. Their 7th over to St. Joseph's.
And it's up to the Hawks now to capitalize on the sloppy play by the Gaels and try and get a bit of a run of their own going instead of always chasing Iona, which has been their posture most of the night.
We're now at this point over 3 minutes into this second half. Three-point try for Wilson from the left corner for the heel of the rim, and the rebound down to A.J. English. Gaels winning the glass 26-18. And the Hawks up by 2 at 54-52. Down low, Lowry turns in on Aiken and gets a left-hand shot to go over him. So Lowry, with his first bucket of this second half, give him now 14 points on 6 of 13 shooting. 54 apiece. We're knotted again. Left to right go the Hawks. Man-to-man for Iona. Galloway swings to Jones. Here on the right perimeter. Gets a screen from Aiken. Pulls up on the right wing and knocks it down. A deep 2 for Tay.
Jones for 2.
Had 17 in the first half. Give him 19. Momo Jones at this end. Drawing some contact. Wilson to the floor and a push off. An offensive foul on Momo Jones.
Momo Jones kind of flicked at Chris Wilson with his left forearm.
It's Lowry. I'm sorry.
Oh, they called Lowry for the illegal screen on the play.
So it's his third. That's a big one.
That is big.
16-12 to go here second half, and a quick substitution for Iona. The first we will see of the former Murray State racer, Sean Jackson, who is now in his third school, by the way. You mentioned multiple schools. He was at Northwest Florida State a year ago. Down low, the Hawks go to Roberts. They lead 56-54. Ronald backs it out with 16:03 to go here in the second half. Galloway, a couple of left-hand dribbles. Momo Jones plays a good 7 or 8 steps off of him. Now Galloway tells Jones to come up to the top of the key. Hands to him. Tay swings it 2 hands with Chris Wilson. 8 to shoot. Aiken with the 14 points. Over to Jones. Getting down low, Roberts. A left-hand hook try, left side of the rim. Jones the rebound. Foul line Jay too quick. And it's off the rim. He might have gotten hit, but the rebound to Sean Armand. Here comes Iona. Momo Jones into the lane. Reverse layup. Slicing around C.J. Aiken. Give him 13 points. That was an athletic play for a guy that's just 6 feet tall. 56 apiece. Got it around the 6'9" Aiken.
His whole game is athlete.
Deep 3 for Galloway off the curl and hits. Left corner for Langston, 59-56. Hawks go back up with 15-10 to go. Momo Jones trying to lean in on a shot instead. Fakes a pass and now throws one at the last second that's stolen. Tay Jones. Hawks settle down with Langston Galloway on the left wing. Feeds Jones left corner. Down low left block, Ronald Roberts. Right hand with the dribble. Spins back to the baseline. Some separation. Reverse layup. Score the bucket. +1.
Good patience in the half court, if the word patience even applies in a game like this, Matt, and the Hawks taking advantage.
To 3-point play here.
This is the first time the Hawks have been up in the game, Matt, by more than one possession. Iona's largest lead was 7. They did that a couple of times very early. But it's been pretty close, and nobody's had that huge run.
Roberts cans the free throw to make it now at this point for him 7 points. Almost matches the Hawk lead, which is 6.
Now this is the 1-3-1 the Hawks really like to play, with Ron Roberts trying to split the floor in half out high.
Swarming at the ball handler, Momo Jones. Leaves for Sledge on the left wing. Bounces to the left corner. 3-point try. English hits the side of the basket and then the glass of the rim. Rebound for Ronald Roberts. Here come the Hawks. Jones up the floor. Whips it to the right baseline. C.J. Aiken a tough catch but backs it out with an intelligent basketball play. As the Hawks get into their half-court set. Left to right they go with Jones high on the left wing. Has a team high and game high 19 tonight. Tay fakes a 3 in front of the Hawk bench. Drives the lane. Swooping layup hanging. Scores it around Sean Armand. give him now 21, another 20-plus point game. 64-56. Momo Jones driving at the left side of the lane. Missed the layup. Sean Jackson the rebound. His shot deflected by Roberts. And the rebound down into the arms of Tay Jones.
And the Hawks are doing a nice job of playing with pace here, meaning, in the John Wooden days, he would say be quick but don't hurry. The Hawks are being the aggressor. They're playing quickly when they want to, not being forced to race.
And with a team that is used to scoring the basketball, but scoring it when in front, this advantage for SJU with an 8-point lead. Galloway trying to drive the lane and feed down low. It's out of Roberts' reach on the right-hand side. A turnover for the Hawks.
And an unforced error there, ending a run for the Hawks of 8 in a row against these Gales. They lead by those 8 points, 64-56. You would think we'd be late in the game. We're not. Still 13:20 to play.
It's Jones, A.J. English, that's Momo Jones, Sean Armand, Tavon Sledge, and Sean Jackson. Overall, it's 4 transfers and the freshman English. In between the rings, Sledge trying to go around Aiken, leaves for Sean Jackson, power dribble and alone in the lane to drop it in the cup. First 2 for Sean Jackson, who came in averaging just 2 points a contest, 64-58. Hawks by 6. To the corner, C.J. Aiken, 3-point try is good. 17 for C.J. Aiken, and the Hawks now enjoy a new largest lead at 67-58. They're up by 9. And Papa now to the scorer's table. Substitutions for Iona. They will get the big guy, David Lowry, back up. And at this point, Tim Clue saying, we're down 9, 12:51 to go. Can't waste any more time with Lowry on the bench with those 3 fouls. Have to get him back up and in.
But it's not a huge margin in a game with this many possessions. Iona, with plenty of time, they can score double digits in any burst of a minute or two. We'll see what happens here with this defensive alignment. The Hawks get longer as Papa now comes in. Tay Jones gets his first breather of the night.
Armand deep right corner 3, missed off the back of the rim. Iona the rebound. Jackson got it. English another 3-point try that missed left side of the rim. Aiken down with the board.
He went up to get it. 7th
rebound for CJ. Hawks left to right in a 9-point lead coming toward the 12-minute mark. Wilson drives across the lane. Leaves for Papa now. A one-hand pass to Galloway. Langston tonight with 15. Up top to Wilson. Ejects left hand 3. That's no good, but now there to Windex the glass. A tip with the right hand goes down. First 2 for Papa. Largest lead for the Hawks. 69-58 as Langston Galloway runs toward the student section. Iona 58. Joe Lenardi, Matt Martucci return with you. Hope you had a nice holiday and hope you're enjoying what you've heard thus far tonight as SJU looking for its 6th win of the year and its 4th at home. Trying to send Iona to 6-6. Double team for Ronald Roberts and Chris Wilson on this Iona possession. And Momo Jones is called for steps. So a turnover for Iona. And that brings us to the under 12 timeout. So we came back. Right back we go. 11. St. Joseph's Hawks coming into tonight had lost 3 of their last 4 games, trying to break out of that streak. 11:57 to go here in the second half of this one, and it's the Hawks by 11 points as we return at Hagan Arena. It's St. Joseph's possession. Going left to right. Chris Wilson, Ronald Roberts, Papa now, Tay Jones, Langston Galloway for SJU. In between the rings, it's now. To the left wing in front of the SJU bench, Wilson. One hands over to Tay Jones, tries to throw it down low to Roberts. He telegraphed it. It's stolen away. Tavon Sledge for Iona.
He traveled.
Nearly traveled, and there should have been a call. Trey Bowman, though, coming out of the pack with the ball after the Sledge pass.
I mean, your slides are supposed to be on defense, not offense.
11:23 to go. Turning lane is David Lowry, spinning in on Roberts and scores a layup that climbs over the front of the rim, plus the foul.
He's been quiet, has Lowry, in the second half, but he's still got a nice... Yeah, we're watching it here, courtside. Sledge definitely took an extra step before delivering that bounce pass.
The shuffle low to Buffalo over there.
Honestly.
First free throw of the second half for Lowry, and he knocks that down. 3-point play complete, 69-61. Hawks by 8, 11:22 to go here in the second half. They have the ball again. Double team for a sec is Wilson. Backs it out to Tay Jones. 21 points on 8 of 14 shooting tonight for Tay.
That 3-point play ending a 13-2 run by the Hawks. We said there had been a big run. Right after that, the Hawks got it, and now they've got to play their game and hold the lead.
Dribble handoff from Roberts to Tay Jones. Well, you said it best. They can take as much time as they need as far as possessions go. They exhaust the shot clock here with 5 to shoot. Jones driving in, a right-hand floater, evades the contact and scores. 23 for Jones. Hawks back up 10, 71-61 as we dip closer and closer toward the midway point of this second half. 25 to shoot for Iona. Hard cross by Lowry, gets to the corner for Sean Jackson, his front court mate, who backs it out to Tavon Sledge. Shot clock at 17. Sledge quiet tonight, just 4 points. Deep three-point try for him. Spins off the right side of the rim. Papa now down with the board for SJU. Good production off the bench for now. 2 points, 3 rebounds thus far. 71-61. Hawks by 10. Driving in, Wilson. Hard contact, goes down hard. Baseline and fouled.
Fouled by Sean Jackson. And a hard foul, that one.
Iona.
We'll see Wilson drive the right baseline past Armand, and Jackson definitely gets his money's worth on that contact. But the Hawks need to step up and make some free throws. They're 9 of 11 tonight, which is well above their season average. And hopefully we haven't jinxed Chris Wilson.
Misses the first. And he will have another one.
They usually blame the play-by-play guy for that, though.
Not true. Second free throw coming for Wilson. Armand.
I'm going to.
Armand guilty of his third personal. They actually called it on Sean Armand.
Wow.
Although Jackson sits down. Second free throw. Wilson missed them both. Rebound to Tavon Sledge. 71-61. Hawks by 10, but Iona the ball, attacking left. The maroon jerseys. With a deep three try for Armand from the left wing is no good, but there to clean the glass and score is Taj Ridley.
Can't let him get that offensive rebound if you're C.J. Aiken. He did it twice on missed free throws in the second half of that loss to Fairfield.
Wilson loses Bowman, gets into the front court, layup try in the lane, offensive foul on Chris Wilson.
Wilson trying to make up for his 2 misses at the free throw line, and what he's done is ignite a mini run for the Gales.
And as a result, Taj Ridley ends up being the one to take the charge. And they actually have a statistic in the Iona game notes. 4 charges taken, and Taj Ridley the one who leads them in that category, so no surprise that he's the one to take it. 71-63, it's the 10th turnover for SJU. Hawks by 8.
What they really need in the Iona notes is a stat for defensive possessions attempted. But right now, a dangerous time for SJU, missing the free throws. Instead of being up 12, they allow another inside basket for Ridley, and they're only up 6. 71-65 at the 9:27 mark.
The last 4 for Iona coming for Ridley. 71-65 at contact at this end. Momo Jones going down, trying to stay with Langston Galloway. A blocking foul on Jones, which at this point is his second.
Yeah, Momo got his only breather of the night just a little bit ago. He's back, and I doubt he'll be leaving the lineup anytime in the last 9:23.
Jones, the former Arizona transfer and all Pac-10 honorable mention selection.
I mean, started for a Sweet 16 team.
And played for one Sean Miller out there, did he not?
Yep.
6-point advantage for SJU, 9:20 to go. Floor was wiped up, and we resume play. 26 seconds to shoot. In between the rings, Aiken. Ball comes to the left wing, Wilson, and off to the right arc, Langston Galloway. One dribble and off to Jones. Hawk backcourt very productive tonight. They've gotten 42 points from Wilson, Jones, and Galloway. Wilson, hard drive to the lane, has it stripped out of bounds, but a foul.
This will be a 2-shot foul, maybe without the pressure of the 1-and-1. Chris will
number 13, David Lowry,
step up and be a little calmer. Those 2 he missed earlier were both hard misses.
On the line for St. Joseph's, number 24, Chris
17
Wilson.
foul on Iona.
2.
And Wilson misses his 3rd straight free throw. And you have to wonder if the contact that maybe he took on the baseline affecting him at all. Because Chris Wilson, not usually the type that would miss 3 straight shots from the foul line. Second one is good. So one of his last 4 now for Chris. And the Hawks by 7, 72-65, 8:56 to go here in the second half. Right to left go the Gales with Ridley, a right-hand dribble over to Sean Armand. Momo Jones standing in front of the bench, takes the one-hand pass. He's right in front of his coach, Tim Cluse. Comes around a screen, leaves off to the right wing Armand, and down low Lowry. Shot clock is at 10. Swings back out. Momo Jones triggers a 3 that's well off the mark. Rebound to Ronald Roberts. Out of the pack. Here comes Chris Wilson. Hawks 2-on-2. They back it out in the person of the sophomore from Fayetteville, North Carolina. 8:23 to go. Hawks by 7 at 72-65. Wilson looking for a Robert screen. Instead, Ronald rolls into the lane. They back it out to C.J. Aiken, top of the key. Off to Tay Jones, who's manned by Sledge. Gets an Aiken screen. Loses Sledge for a sec, but then back to Aiken. A drive on the baseline. Blocking foul will be called on Taj Ridley. And C.J. Aiken to the free throw line for the front end of a 1-and-1.
Hawks were 9 of 11 from the line in the first half. They're just 3 of 6 here in the second half. And these front ends become pretty important. You know, we said earlier when it was an 11-point game, Matt, that just wasn't a very big margin against a team like Iona.
Number 1.
And that adds to the import of free throw situations.
David Lowry sits down for some reason, and that's actually because they whistled him for his 4th. Thought it might be called on Ridley.
Yeah, Iona was playing a bigger lineup there with Jackson, Ridley, and Lowry.
Aiken makes the front end. Big game for CJ, 18.7 rebounds now. And Aiken, of course, a guy that had 19 a year ago when these two teams met on 8 of 12 shooting. Similar type of night. Second free throw, front rims and stays there. Ridley able to pull it off the tin as it comes off, 73-65. 8 minutes to go here in the second half. It's SJU by 8 points. Hawks trying to bear down, get a stop. Any offensive possession, they could take their time, provided this stays a multiple possession lead. Roberts swarming Jackson and nearly forced him into a 5-second call. Finally found Armand. High on the right wing. Now crosses over. Deep top of the key 3 and knocks it down. What do you do about that from Sean Armand? 17 points. And that is his first field goal of the second half. 73-68, just a 2-possession Hawk lead.
That's his 5th 3, and the 4th time he's just jacked a rainbow up without any pretense of half-court offense.
Hawks shot clock is at 17. Aiken steps into a right wing shot that's from about 18 feet. Was on the line. The rebound off to Tavon Sledge. A driving Momo Jones. Right hand floater hangs up for what seemed like a day and finally falls down. 73-70.
Matt, that wasn't even a shot. That was just garbage.
Playground basketball, Joseph.
That doesn't mean I have to like it.
No, that's right. A timeout, though, on the floor. Hawks call one with 6:59 to go. We keep it right.
You know, some of them have to go in.
Taken 13 tonight, made them at a pretty high percentage, though. Hawks 73-70, the ball. Left to right they go. Galloway, right of the lane, leaves off Tay Jones. Man by Sledge, a couple left-handed dribbles, is looking for a Roberts screen, tells him to come up. Instead crosses over toward the baseline. Tried to whip a pass to Roberts, and C.J. Aiken getting it, nearly going down, leaves corner. Jones knocks down a 3.
For Carl
It's a big recovery and play by C.J. Aiken to keep the possession alive. And not only that, find an open teammate.
Momo Jones into the lane around Chris Wilson this time and scores with a left-hand layup. 76-72. Iona getting a bucket. And the Hawks by 4. Momo Jones with 17.
And when I'm going to be watching that, I'm going to be watching the Hawks' body language down the stretch here because they've played way fewer guys.
Three-pointer for Galloway. Hits in the right corner and pumps his fist. Nearly hits the lead official, Mike Stevens. 79-72. Hawks by 7 at 5:55 to go. Galloway enjoying a nice shooting night as well. Man-to-man go the Hawks. Armand, a hard right-hand dribble, gets a big screen from Jackson that hit Galloway hard. Corner shot from Taj Ridley is good.
And I'm not sure what the nature of Langston Galloway's injury is. Whether it was an upper body head kind of injury. He's lying, breathing hard. He's not grabbing any. You know that you limp when you make contact with your shoulder, but who knows?
Maybe the feet weren't quite planted the way he wanted to. 79-75. Hawks by 4. They come out of this timeout with Quarles on the floor.
Galloway, though, already at the scorer's table to check in. He had to at least sit for some running clock after leaving with an injury.
Jones swings to Wilson, high on the right wing for SJU. Hits Roberts, who pops up in between the circles. Corner pass, Jones. 3 on the way is good. Tay Jones with another one.
You just don't have to work very hard to get an open shot against these Gales. The key is to make them.
Momo Jones trying a floater in the lane for Iona. Roberts jumps up and swats it out of bounds. Momo Jones calling for a goaltend. He will get no such call. 82-75, Hawks by 7, and with 5:06 to go here in the second half, Hawk crowd, you hear the applause. It's because Langston Galloway has re-entered this game.
He was only out for 36 seconds, and during that time, the Hawks actually increased their lead from 4 to 7.
Well, same guy who lost a tooth against Notre Dame and was right up off the bench to come right back in. Tough as they come is Langston Galloway. Inbounds for David Lowry. Tried to drive right baseline on Aiken. Reverse layup on the left side. Missed it. Tapped it up on the rim. Missed that. Rebound tracked down by Jones in the corner closest to the Iona bench. St. Joseph's possession. 4:53 to go. And the Hawks by 7. Trying to break out of a 2-game skid here against one of the better teams in the MAC. At least we think so. Coming around a screen from Ronald Roberts is Galloway. And leaves off for Aiken.
They were picked third, and that was without Lowry.
Trying to drive the baseline with 12 seconds to shoot is Wilson. Back around, it comes left perimeter. Galloway, deep three, splash!
3 for Langston.
21 points for Langston Galloway, and I guess that answers the question, is he okay? The Hawks more than okay. That gives them a 10-point cushion, 85-75 with 4:26 to go. Full timeout on the floor. It's St. Joseph's by... Just coming back on the Iona possession, Momo Jones driving into the lane and had his shot blocked by C.J. Aiken. A foul called on Aiken, just his second. And Jones to the free throw line as we return on the St. Joseph Sports Network. Joe Lenardi, Matt Martucci with you as Momo Jones to the free throw line. And one note on Tay Jones' 29 points tonight for SJU as Momo makes the first one for Iona, but the second to last three-point field goal that Tay knocked down helped him to pass Dan Kelly for 15th all-time in scoring. So congratulations to Tay for that. Momo Jones converting the last free throw and now has 18 points to make this a 9-point game. He'll have another.
Was that last foul on Aiken or Chris Wilson reaching in from behind? Because Aiken was nowhere near having any contact.
Actually,
with Momo
correction.
Jones.
Looking at it, it is Wilson. Second one. Coming into the front court after Jones makes both free throws to make it 85-77. It's an 8-point SJU lead. So correction, Chris Wilson charged with the last personal. Galloway between his legs, swings to Tay Jones, high on the right arc. Aiken comes up for a screen on the left side. Instead, Tay Jones goes right baseline, exaggerated step around the freshman English and scores. 31 points for Tay Jones. And it's 87-77, the Hawks by 10. Driving in, Momo Jones this end. Aiken gets a piece with a block shot. Roberts also there on the defense for SJU. 87-77, and the Hawks another possession. 3:25 to go in this one. And now can take their time, milk the shot clock a little bit, and the game clock obviously as well. Getting a screen from Roberts is Galloway on the left perimeter. Ball comes to the right arc and Tay Jones. Aiken backs off instead of setting the pick. Leaves off for Roberts. Over the head pass, Chris Wilson. Driving toward the foul line. Spins back with 5 to shoot. Sets up Roberts. Shot clock at 3. Ronald turns with the right hand. Shot off the rim. Wilson skies to try and tap it in. Can't get it to go. And the rebound to Taj Ridley. Iona possession. A 10-point Hawk lead. And 2:50 to go. Pick and roll play for Ridley. Leaving for Sledge. Left side of the baseline. Gets a layup. Quick ball movement and the score.
Yeah.
Yep, timeout Tim Kluse.
That was one of the nicer possessions Iona's had in this second half when, as they've fallen behind, it's a perfect opponent for him.
Exactly.
And in some respects for the St. Joseph's team. If you give Tay Jones this much space and, frankly, this little defensive responsibility, he would average 25 minimum if he played 30 games against this team.
And tonight, he and Galloway have combined for 52 of the Hawks' 87. You factor in Chris Wilson, and it's 57 of the 87 for the Hawk backcourt. Final 2.5 minutes here. Wilson trying to shake his man English. Bounces down low, Roberts, separation, and they call an offensive foul as Ronald knocks over Ridley. Would have had a dunk but instead they say offensive foul, and Phil Martelli not happy with the call.
Well, he's probably right, particularly as it came. Oh, my God.
We'll have a chance to talk with Phil Martelli about the Hawks. Joe Lunardi as well. Hawk Talk Radio begins next week, January 2nd, and then every Monday after that for the rest of the season.
January 7th, we should point out.
But January 2nd is the first show. It's a Wednesday night.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, it is.
I did not know that. I guess I better show up.
Iona possession out of this timeout. 20 seconds to shoot for the Gales. Momo Jones spinning on the baseline. Leaves Taj Ridley. Left elbow jumper, front rims. Rebound knocked around, out of bounds. It will stay with SJU, or with Iona rather. With 35 on the shot clock, fresh 35 at 2:04 to go. It's St. Joseph's by 8 at 87-79.
We need to revisit that topic when we have a minute.
Yeah, January 2nd, the day after New Year's, partner.
Okay, I thought it was Monday the 7th we were starting. I'm glad somebody told me.
Inbounds Momo Jones, floater try, no good. David Lowry, though, taps the ball up on the glass and gets a score. Now 17, make it 19 for David Lowry, 87-81. Hawks a two-possession lead. Near turnover as Wilson telegraphs his pass to Aiken. Lowry a near steal and saved it in bounds, but it was on the line, they will say.
Just the second chance basket for Iona in this second half, but a timely one as they're within 2 full possessions at the 145 mark.
142, 141, counting. Tay Jones coming around an Aiken pick, stops in between the rings. High on the right arc, it's Aiken again. Left-hand dribble, Roberts. Off to Jones, jabs right, goes left, accelerated step, has his layup try blocked. Roberts, though, a big board and drops it right over top of Ridley and into the cup. 89-81, Hawks by 8, a minute 27 to go, and a timeout on the floor.
And I'll say this, Matt.
Hawk backcourt for sure. Tay Jones, it should be pointed out, a game ago did not register a field goal against Fairfield. It was just the second time in his career that he had not scored a field goal, and that dating all the way back to his freshman year against St. Bonaventure. Final minute, 20 seconds. 89-81, Iona possession, attacking left. Momo Jones through a Lowry screen, driving the lane, layup with the contact plus the foul.
Well, you know he's going to drive at you, so you have to be very square with your body. Ron Roberts got turned sideways there, so Momo Jones that is going to have a chance to pull Iona within 5 on the old-fashioned three-point play.
And Ronald Roberts picking up his third personal. Momo Jones to the stripe, 3 of 5 tonight.
You can't really expect him to miss any more at 89% coming in.
And at one point, he was one of his first 3 and makes this one as expected, 89-84. Wilson can run the baseline, and a foul on Sean Armand before the ball can even come in bounds. Armand pushing Tay Jones.
He knocked knees with Jones, and Tay winces as he comes back to the other end. This is a 2-shot foul, though, I believe. Is that the 9th or the 10th?
Team's 8th.
Well, they just announced 8th.
And 9 is up on the scoreboard.
Well, either way, then it's a 1-and-1, and Tay Jones is going to have to shoot free throws a little bit better than he has tonight and through much of this season. This is a big one.
3 of 4 tonight is Tay. Hawks as a team, 12 of 19, which is below their season average. He will have a couple here, or well, maybe, depending on what happens on this front end. 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 12 of 19 shooting tonight for Jones. Galloway has 21 himself, and C.J. Aiken with 18. Couple of bounces, spins it with the right hand. Right hand stroke is good. He'll have another.
Spent some time in the trainer's room yesterday with Tay. One of us had a sports-related injury. That was him. He said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, it can be very dangerous sitting next to Matt."
I was going to say, what was the other injury related to? You didn't care to elaborate there.
It was an eggnog accident. No, it was just household chores.
In and out on the free throw for Jones. Those chores, the gift that keeps on giving. 90-84, St. Joseph's by 6. Iona possession. Final minute and 3 seconds here from Hagan Arena as the Hawks try and snap this 2-game skid. Spin dribble, Momo Jones in the lane, kick out, 3-point try for A.J. English is off. Rebound try for Aiken, couldn't get it. Out of the pack with it is Sean Armand. Under a minute to go, down low go the Gales to Ridley, who flies in on the left side and scores.
Iona with just one timeout remaining. They choose not to use it.
49 seconds to go.
But the ball lying around and not inbounded right away allows Iona to set up a full court press.
Yeah, they go man-to-man, inbounds to Jones, trouble getting it in. Momo Jones deflects it out of bounds. Substitution for Iona with 48.3 to go. David Lowry back in. Tavon Sledge had come out and then sat down.
Yeah, for a minute they had 6 guys out there.
And then came back in, so they actually sit Ridley down.
Right.
And now Wilson will be able to, again, inbound. Gets it to the corner. Tay Jones turns, and they call the travel, trying to go up the floor on the near sideline. There was contact between he and Momo Jones, and Iona will get the basketball back on what is just the Hawks' 12th giveaway.
Number 0, Taj Ridley.
I'm going to be honest, Matt. I did not have a good view of it looking down the sideline. We'll try and get another shot of it on the video feed, but either way, a pretty big defensive stand here. I don't know.
Inbounds for Iona. Losing the basketball. It's loose in the backcourt. Armand recovers, gets to Momo Jones. Floats a lob, a catch for David Lowry, and a two-hand slam. It's a 2-point game. 90-88, and the Hawks need to get the ball in bounds and make their free throws. Jones trying to separate, and Iona this time calling a timeout. Sean Armand looks like he got poked in the eye.
I think they called a foul on Iona.
It's on Armand.
Yep.
But he's saying he got poked in the eye.
Well,
had 10 or more threes. CJ Aiken was the man who was fouled. So Aiken to the free throw line.
It was
Aiken a couple of bounces. And hits the free throw. 19 for CJ. To go with 8 rebounds. He's now 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 91-88. This is the one that makes it a two-possession game. Aiken calm, cool, collected. The front, the back, and good with the right-hand stroke. 92-88, final 37.3 seconds. There's about a 3-second differential between shot and game clock. Momo Jones, jump pass to Tavon Sledge, driving the baseline. Back out Momo Jones on the left wing, trying to step through a fake, and he traveled, says Mike Stevens. Turnover for Iona. 11th one for the Gales, and that's the most important one because it goes back over to the Hawks with 25.1 to go and the shot clock off.
In for Iona.
Substitutions quickly. Lowry sits down. Trey Bowman re-enters. Hawks keep their same 5. Tay Jones running. Wilson trying to inbound. And a timeout called by Phil Martelli and company.
That will leave 1 timeout per team in the final 25.1 seconds.
A 30-second
and we've seen
for as far as what we're looking for.
You work on the game, I'll work on that.
25.1 to go. Hawks stack it up at the foul line in the backcourt. Wilson looking deep. Instead, Galloway cuts toward the Iona bench. The catch, and now will likely be fouled, and Sledge does just that. 2 shots coming for Langston Galloway and 22.4 seconds to go. Boy, what a night shooting the ball for this backcourt. Look at this. Galloway 7 of 14. Jones 12 of 19. That's a combined 19 of 33. That's a pretty good percentage.
And, you know, let's tell it like it is. This team's shooting woes has been underreported across the board. Percentages down from the field, from the three-point line, and from the foul line, but not right now when it matters for Langston Galloway, as he can give the Hawks a full 2-possession lead. And we talked about last year, Matt, it was 84-84 at the end of regulation, a good bit less than this. So as crazy as that game was, you can argue that for 40 minutes at least, this one's been crazier.
22, make it 23 for Galloway, who sinks both free throws. Now the Hawks by 6. Final 18 seconds. Momo Jones ejects a deep 3 and knocks it down.
Was there any doubt?
94-91, 25 for Momo Jones. And a timeout again on the floor with 16.9 to get the confidence maybe a little bit back up for CJ. 21 points for David Lowry, 25 for Momo Jones, and Iona with 4 double-figure scores. The Hawks, though, shooting almost 57% tonight, but now need to inbound the ball and make their free throws. Wilson having trouble getting it in. Floats to Aiken, tips the ball, and is fouled by Momo Jones. So that will be Jones. Jones is third, and more importantly, it's 2 shots for C.J. Aiken with 16.1 to go.
Wilson a bit fortunate there, because if you're going to throw a desperation inbounds pass to Aiken, you got to throw it higher than that so that nobody can contest it.
C.J. Aiken.
Aiken to the stripe.
And he's got 2.
Tonight he's been very good, 6 of his first 7.
Needs 1 to make it a 2-possession game.
And hits. Rattles it home with the right hand Aiken stroke. And now C.J. Aiken, Joe Lenardi, I'm happy to say, with that make, has reached a new career high, 21 points for C.J. And the Hawks a 4-point lead. He can make it 5 with another. 7 of 8 from the line tonight. Slight bend, right hand stroke, it's good. So it's now a career high 22, and the Hawks by 5. Shot clock off. Momo Jones running, floating, shot off the right side of the rim. Rebound knocked around, knocked up by Jones. Aiken comes down with it. Final 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Wilson will just dribble it out. 2-1, 2-game skid over. St. Joseph's wins 96-91 in a track meet overall.